Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here in support of Regina Caeli Academy. It's been great to see a lot of friends here tonight and to meet so many of the families that attend our centers across the country. Going into my second year as a board member, I can tell you there is an exciting future ahead with plans for expansion and new leadership. It's safe to say that RCA has the potential to lay a solid foundation for a legion of future saints. Thank you to Charlie McKinney for joining us on the journey and for hitting the ground running from day one. I especially would like to recognize Nicole Juba for her years of dedication to RCA and its mission. She's provided a steady hand. Yes, thank you. She's provided a steady hand over many years, and I know I speak on behalf of the entire board when I say that we are thankful for her leadership. Lastly, this night has been made possible because one woman has tirelessly dedicated herself to its success. Thank you, Alyssa Walsh, for the many hours there we go. Thank you for the many hours you and your team have worked to make tonight possible. Lastly, I would like to recognize Canon Commons and Father Akers for being here and supporting RCA. The fraternity and the Institute have both been instrumental in my formation as a husband and as a father. The theme for tonight's gala, Courage Under Fire, was decided many months ago, but it now feels providential that this would be the theme after what we have all witnessed these past 2 weeks. If it wasn't clear that the timeless Catholic values are hated by many, it is now. Over the past few days, my beliefs, or what people think I believe, have been the focus of countless discussions around the globe. At the outset, many people expressed a shocking level of hate, but as the days went on, even those who disagreed with my viewpoints shared their support for my freedom of religion. In my 7 years in the NFL, I've become familiar with the positive and negative comments, but the majority of them revolve around my performance on the field. But as to be expected, the more I've talked about what I value most, which is my Catholic faith, the more polarizing I have become. It's a decision I've consciously made and one I do not regret at all. If we have truth and charity, we should trust in the Lord's providence and let the Holy Ghost do the rest of the work. Our love for Jesus, and thus our desire to speak out, should never be outweighed by the longing of our fallen nature to be loved by the world. Glorifying God and not ourselves should always remain our motivation, despite any pushback or even support. I lean on those closest to me for guidance, but I can never forget that it is not people, but Jesus Christ who I am trying to please. I'm humbled by the support I've received from all walks of life, but I can't help but tremble at the thought of the courage many saints have shown in their lives. Would I be so bold if the repercussion was what Daniel faced in being fed to lions? In reality, any courage I've shown will lead to some small suffering, and it will lead to some people maybe never liking me, but that could be God's will. If I constantly remind myself of the hardships the saints went through, especially the martyrs in their persecution, it makes it all seem not so bad. For if heaven is our goal, we should embrace our cross, however large or small it may be, and live our life with joy to be a bold witness for Christ. My hope is that tonight's theme and RCA's mission will embolden others, that many more will be unapologetic of their Catholic faith and never be afraid to speak out for truth, even when it goes against the loudest voices. In the end, being courageous starts with the small things. Being disliked and mischaracterized by some is nothing compared to finding yourself in a lion's den. Thank you. Lastly, it's great to see my friend, President Steve Minnis. I would be remiss if I didn't thank him for his courage and his friendship. Thank you again for being here tonight. To the Heights.